Hey everyone, it's Shri from the Spice Route. I know it's been a while I've been on YouTube. I've been quite busy, but I did come up with a new recipe that is my own hot sauce. Most of the hot sauces around, when I go in and I buy it at a store, they always have either sugar or some kind of sweetener in it, and that kind of kicks away the spice part. With this one, what I'm introducing to you is just purely peppers, which are fire, smoke, and bull pepper flavor. I do have chocolate 7 pot, that is 1 million Scoville units, spiciest of all. I know it's not Carolina Reaper, which is the highest Scoville units, which is 2 million, 2.5 million. And I think there's now something called Pepper X that's even more spicier. But this chocolate 7 is also one of those spicy peppers, I would say. I will blend that with habanero. Did you know that chocolate 7 comes from Trinidad? It can spice up 7 pots of stew. That's why it is called a 7-pot chili. Let's dive into cooking the hot sauce. So one of the important rule when you're preparing this, even if you want to touch the peppers, wear your gloves because it can burn. There's an afterburn that happens, and likely you'll touch your face and rub your eyes, and it is potent. All right, let's get to the hot sauce now. It is very important to wash your peppers because sometimes they use pesticides for these. It's very important to wear gloves because it'll burn you. With 1 million Scoville units, this one holds a lot of spice in there. I will explain in later video what is Scoville units, how is that measured, and what is it that causes peppers to have that spiciness. So now that we washed the peppers, we are supposed to remove these little stems. You can easily, it'll come off with your fingers, or you can try cutting it off if you would prefer that. With cutting, there's a little bit that'll go away, but I would like to retain everything, so I'm going to keep the whole pepper as intact as possible, so it's easier for me to pull those stems away from the actual pepper. Again, can't iterate enough, wear your gloves, otherwise there'll be an afterburn. Some of them are used to it already, but I'm not yet, so I would rather be cautious than sorry. All right, now that we got the stems out, right, we're going to cut these peppers into halves and then place them into the pans. Ooh, that smell. I can already feel the smell of the pepper. It is strong. If you can't handle smell of pepper, I would advise that you wear a mask and cut these. You can either use your oven to fry them, or you can go out and grill them in your grill. Either one works. If you plan to do it in the house, please open the windows and doors, let it ventilate, because peppers can be strong on your pets, people. There's a lot of peppers, I know. There are like 4 or 5 chocolate 7, and the remaining are habaneros. At least 15 peppers I have in here. Now I'm going to put them on the oven tray and heat them up at 400 degrees. Right, now we place it in the oven at 400 degrees for a few minutes. Oh, I took the peppers out of the oven because I wanted to turn them. Some people prefer one-sided roasted, but I wanted it both sides roasted, so I'm going to turn it. One thing I forgot when I was putting in the oven was garlic. If you prefer some more flavor, you can always put some garlic in there. And I threw in some pods in there. That might add some more flavor to the hot sauce. So once I'm done with flipping these, I'm going to put this back into the oven for another, let's say 5 minutes. Let them roast on the other side, and then I'll pull it out of the oven and show you the next step. All right, I'm done flipping now, and I'm now going to put this back into the oven at 400 degrees temperature for additional 5 minutes. So now that the peppers are roasted, I have brought them out of the oven. I'm just going to let it cool a little bit. I peeled off the garlic while I was waiting for it to cool off. Now the ingredients. There are 2 ingredients that we'll be using. One is, I'm going to use the pink Himalayan salt. You can use your regular salt or sea salt. And then I'm going to use the Mike's Amazing Distilled White Vinegar. Some people do use apple cider vinegar if you like the sweet flavor of it. I don't like the sweet flavor of it, so I'm trying to avoid that and use the regular white vinegar. Now, for so many peppers we have, like about 15 to 20 peppers, I'm going to use about 1 cup of white vinegar. And after that, I'm going to see if consistency and maybe include a little bit more of vinegar or may not be, depending on how the taste and flavor is. Also, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of salt while we are at it. And then I'm going to blend them together in this. All right, there goes the peppers. Again, wear your gloves. The seeds are exposed. You can burn the skin if you're not used to any of the peppers. All right, all the peppers are in the blender. And now I'm going to add the salt. It's a 1 spoon of salt. And then depending on the taste, I'm going to either add salt or add some vinegar. This is 1 cup of white vinegar. Now all that I'm going to do is close the lid and put it in the blender. Be mindful of when you open the blender because it can give you the steam out of it. Once I'm blending this, if I feel like I need to add more vinegar as I'm doing it, I will. But right now, seems like I like the consistency where it's going through the blender. I'm going to pause for a little bit just to taste it. All right, look at this. How beautiful is this? Not fully blend through, but I still wanted to see the taste of it and consistency of it. Looks like it's very thick. I might add another 1/4 cup of vinegar just to give it a little more consistency. I'm going to do 1/4. Wow, it is still chunky. If you don't like chunky, then you can put it in a blender. The reason why I used this is because I want the chunky taste. I'm going to give it a little bit of taste, not too much, and see how it goes. Woo, it's got a kick to it. I would add some more salt because I feel like there's less salt. Ooh, this is burning. If you're not used to spice, it can really burn you. So I would ask that you try a little bit at a time if you're not used to any kind of spice. I felt like vinegar was not that sour, so I'm going to add some lemon just to add that sourness. People can add like mango, orange if you want to make it sweet, Or you can add apple cider vinegar. It's up to you. Your flavor. You can add other things, other foods, if you feel like you need to sweeten it. I'm going to squeeze a lemon. Check second time if the taste is better with the lemon, salt. Ooh, that is spicy. The fumes are spicy too. Try a little bit. Definitely an after kick to it. You know, you don't feel the spice as soon as it goes in, but aftermath you can feel that spice in your tongue. All right, I think we're done. How beautiful colored is this? The red. And if you don't want to use vinegar, you can always use substitute water for it in case you don't like vinegar. But I think with vinegar, it holds longer. Now we're going to bottle these. There's my funnel. So as it's dripping into the bottle, it's got a fruity flavor from habaneros and spicy kick from chocolate 7. I made 2 hot sauces, one extra spicy, and the only other ingredient is garlic, and the other one is a mango habanero sauce. Again, same thing, just add mango to it and no garlic in there. It's a little more sweeter side, but this one is like spicier side. Sugar-free and great in taste. All right, heat lovers, that's how we bring the fire one drop at a time. If you enjoyed this recipe and love bold handcrafted flavors, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next spicy creation from the spicy route. This recipe is all natural and sugar-free, made with pure ingredients and real heat. No shortcuts here, and I'm thrilled to share that I'll be launching my very own handcrafted hot sauces business online soon. Bring small batch flavor-packed sauces straight from my kitchen to yours. Tell me in the comments, are you more of a mild, hot, or spicy John kind of a person? And remember, it's too short for bland food. Stay spicy, my friends.